So, Star Wars: The Acolyte. This is Rotten Tomatoes right now, and we can see this abysmal score of 14%. Now, of course, we're like, it's being review bombed. This late, it's how many episodes so far? Yeah, it's not being review bombed. It's just a terrible show. And I'm bringing this up, showing this because we're about to read an article written by the one, the only. Wait for it. You guys ready? Alyssa Merante. Star Wars: The Acolyte is doing a different kind of fan service, and it rocks. The Disney Plus series is leaning into an unapologetically horny part of the fandom, which while also expanding the lore in fascinating ways. Expanding lore or just ignoring it. Those are two different things. They're not expanding the lore, they're just ignoring it. Okay, so, we've got people who aren't even supposed to be there because they're not even born yet. Somehow they're there. Things with the Sith and Jedi. But sure, they're expanding the lore. Also, if you're watching Star Wars and admiring it because it's unapologetically horny, maybe you should just go watch a fucking soap opera. The acting is probably the same. Go watch fucking all my children's not in I don't think it's even on anymore. One Life to Live, As the World Turns, Bold and Beautiful, General Hospital, Young and the Restless. Plenty of daytime soap operas to watch with unapologetically horniness and sexual tension and all that stuff. Don't because everyone was watching the original trilogy and the second trilogy, all because, oh my god, it's unapologetically horny. But just, I'm watching this not for the fights and for the story. No, I want to see two people fuck. I want them to be horny. I want them, the Acolyte, much like its main characters, resists definition and placement in Star Wars' decade-long legacy, and that is its biggest strength. Save my comments to the end. The Disney Plus series ticks many boxes that the more traditional masculine fans of the franchise have been begging for years. High Republic lore, rare aliens, wild lightsaber fights. The great fights that, in the forest when the entirety of the fight is obscured by trees and, you can't enjoy the choreography because you can't fucking see it. Fights like that. While also aggressively and unapologetically catering to the femme side of the fandom with a hot bad guy and heaps of sexual tension. Again, if that's what the femme side wants, go fucking watch a soap opera or some rom-com. Plenty of that. It's fucking Star Wars. No one is watching it for sexual tension. We've never seen anything like this in Star Wars media before, and it's breaking some brains. Yeah. 14%. No one likes it. Despite its mere existence sending bad actors into a frenzy, you mean the people calling out the bullshit? Actual fans of the series? They're the bad, because this isn't made for actual fans. None of the shit isn't actually made for fans anymore. It's either to push an agenda, to have the weirdos like her on fucking Twitter like, oh my god, diversity, stunning and brave. It's not made for the fans anymore. Nothing now is made for fans. Nothing now is made for the fans. Because they're outright coming out and telling fans to basically fuck off. This show isn't for you. You're criticizing the show. It's not because it's a terribly written fucking show with bad characters. No, it's because you hate black people or you hate women or gay. They're the same fucking excuse all the goddamn time. The Acolyte is actually the Star Wars series we've all been waiting for. Let me actually hang on. I think it was a little too much there. The Star Wars series we've all been waiting for. Are you sure about that? Uh, waiting for showrunner Leslie Headcase and company have clearly taken great pains to weave extensive, deep, and like the lesbian space witches. Yeah, real great. Lore throughout the entire series until the Acolyte. We've never seen the High Republic, a period of time in which the Galactic Republic and the Jedi Order were at their peak. Well, the Jedi in this show don't seem to be at their peak. They no. You know, you would think that Alyssa Merante was a freaking porn name or something because she is sucking a lot of dick right now. She's just like fucking cocks all fucking over. She's just fucking sucking off, and she's sucking off fucking a Leslie Headcase and fucking Disney and Star Wars. She's like, oh yeah. Um, Depicted in Star Wars TVs or films. As such, the series offers fascinating tidbits of information, nods to old lore, and characters who aren't even supposed to exist yet, and more for the real Star Wars sickos to enjoy. Whether it's showing a new planet, like the unknown planet that Kylo Ren ripoff was on, and that's what it was, unknown planet. Oh my God, it's a new planet. Nope, we don't even get the name of it. Just unknown planet. Giving us live action a version of an alien we've never ever seen before, or we've only seen before in 2003 video game. The show offers us so many great moments. Great moments and details that are new and fresh, but still firmly rooted in the universe as we've come to know and love it. From a scene in which we see a Jedi take the marriage vow, an oath in which they refrain from all acts and enter a meditative state as penance, to season-long thematic arcs that illuminate how the fall of the High Republic can be traced directly to the tragedy of Anakin Skywalker. Aside from Andor, much of what Star Wars has given us since Disney, God, 2012 has felt paint by numbers with the slightest of deviations. Last Jedi, causing violent course corrections that result in the schlock like The Rise of Skywalker, but the Acolyte doesn't feel like empty fan service, except for the horny shit for once. Doesn't feel like empty fan service. No, it just feels empty. There's there's nothing about the show. I mean, you can say some of the locations are nice to look at, but that's about it. The characters are forgettable. The Jedi are fucking stupid. As calls them, Master Squid Games. It's like he's supposed to be a Jedi. He's supposed to be extremely powerful, and yet he's fucking retarded. They're all fucking retarded. We've got freaking lightsaber hair cutting and freaking Osha or Mayor or whoever staring at some dude's dick for like 15 fucking seconds. The kind of stuff you come to expect in Star Wars. Because when I, watch Star Wars, it's not for the lightsaber fights and the great choreography that comes along with it. Them using the Force to throw things at each other and lift, massive objects into the air, or the battles in space, lasers. No, I want to watch the main character look at some dude's dick for like 15 seconds. Unapologetically. That's what we care about. The latest episode, titled Teach Corrupt, leans heavily into the raucous and raunchy shipping of the... Again. Shipping. No person is watching it for the shipping, except for people like her and the weirdos on Twitter, in which the internet daydreams about its ideal space coupling, a culture perfectly encapsulated by the Reylos, who yearn for more Kylo Ren Rey content. Ever since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker sealed the romance with a kiss just to kill Kylo almost immediately after, the Reylos have felt more vindicated and robbed. Have felt both vindicated and robbed. The Acolyte The Acolyte dips back into that well and scoops up a generous helping of sweet, sweet shipping nectar to serve us. As Quimir, and Osha argue up close and in hushed tones and take long, lingering looks at each other. There's even an entire scene in which Quimir disrobes in front of Osha before stepping into a tide pool and inviting her in. You know, because that's why we're watching. Not because of the lightsaber battles or the choreography. We want to know, is she going to get some dick? Unapologetically so. When she threatens to kill him, he asks if he can put his clothes back on first. And when he emerges from the water, she takes her sweet time averting her eyes. Again, that's what we want in Star Wars. The main character looking at some dude's dick for like 15 seconds. That's peak writing. This is, I believe, the first time someone has been naked in Star Wars media. Naturally, the internet has gone wild over how unapologetic. They're using the powers that be for finally giving them some good fucking food. You know who also has been eating some good fucking food? That one fat Jedi. I forget his name, but aren't Jedi supposed to be able to resist temptation? Apparently, he's not a very good Jedi if he looks like he weighs like 400 pounds. And I'm sure, I mean, the actor, I'm sure, great guy, but that's not the look you want for the Jedi. You know, that'd be like putting me there. You know, I'm a big guy, not super big. I'm like 275 pounds or something. But you know, Jedi resist temptation. You put food in front of me, I'm not resisting that shit. You know, make it make sense. But what's most notable in the series is marketing push and leaning into the horniness. Again, no one is watching Star Wars for the horniness. Maybe that's why it's got 14 fucking %. Star Wars, the official Star Wars Twitter account posted a goddamn fan cam of Manny Quintos, whatever I don't care. I really don't care. Lightsaber training. They know what they're doing, and they're not ashamed nor afraid of it. For years, I've been seeing Star Wars take big steps forward just to be forced backwards when Disney caves to right-wing reactionaries complaining about every Mary Sue, black character, or queer person that comes within a parsec of their beloved franchise. Is it that they're complaining about that, or are these Mary Sue, black characters, and queer characters all just terribly written, and the only reason they're there is because they're black, Mary Sues, or queer? You can't put in a character and, you know, like, oh, well, they're black. And that's like their entire personality. You can't expect people to care about that. That is a poorly written character, and you're just checking boxes. No one like Rey. You know, you see this montage of like Anakin's training. You see Luke, he was training with Yoda. Rey is just like, nope, fuck those guys. Hey, look at me, I'm lifting shit up already. I don't know how to use this. 2 seconds later, oh look, I've mastered wielding a fucking lightsaber. Maybe that's the problem that people had. Black characters, queer, it doesn't matter. If you have a character and their entire shtick is that they're fucking gay or black, no one's gonna give a shit about them. The only people are gonna be the ones like you and the fucking weirdos on Twitter who their entire personality is pronouns, gender, skin color, and fucking what's between their legs. That's the only people who are gonna care. People are watching Star Wars for Star Wars. Star Wars. Wars in the stars or among the stars. People using the Force. People having fucking amazing fights with the lightsabers, jumping and flipping and doing all this cool shit. Not, oh my god, we have our first ever black main Jedi and they're also queer. No one fucking cares. No one cares. I've seen DH Luke Skywalker pop up where they shouldn't. Boba Fett gets an entire boring ass series. If I remember, people like Boba Fett. They liked Boba Fett. I bet they didn't like it because Gina Carano. Because, oh my god, she said something that we didn't agree with, even though there was someone else who said the exact same thing, only worse. Nothing happened to that person, but Gina Carano, oh, she's right wing, so we need to cancel her because we're a bunch of miserable fucking cunts. Entire boring ass series, and every new piece of media circle back to old Star Wars stories like a tedious Ouroboros. The Acolyte is something entirely different. It's taking a chance with a brand new setting, unfamiliar characters, and an unapologetic and unapologetically horny perspective. Again, what's with the fucking horny? No one is watching Star Wars for horny shit and sexual tension. Go watch a fucking soap opera if you want that shit. And while it isn't perfect, it's at least exciting. And it's doing all of this while giving us one of the best lightsaber fights in live action Star Wars. What more could you want? You know, I have one thing to say to that. Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying. Like, seriously, stop. No one is buying this shit. No one. No one is buying it. Everyone sees through the ruse, the disguise. They're not picking up what you're putting down. They're not selling whatever crack you're trying to sell. Like, no one likes the show. 14%. It's not just, oh, review bombs. It's had several episodes, and it's still 14%. It's not just review, it's just bad. People don't like Rey because terribly written character. People don't like Osha because she's a terribly written fuck. It's like, oh, well, you may not be able to use the Force right now, but you have great power inside you, and you can become the greatest Jedi Force wielder in the universe. That's the problem we have. That's the fucking just terrible writing. The plot most of the time makes no fucking sense. The Jedi are fucking retarded now. What are... And then you have fucking Leslie Headcase's freaking wife in there just because. It's like, oh, well, gonna add her in there. She can't act for shit, but let's just have her there. There's nothing good about the show. This chick is repugnant. Why would anyone employ such a lousy writer? I mean, but sure, Alyssa Merante. Yeah, everyone loves the new show. It is exactly what we wanted. Great fights that can't be seen because they're obscured by shit. Great imaginative characters, and some of which aren't even supposed to be born yet. Dropping of amazing lore like fucking lesbian space witches, and having the main character stare at a dude's dick for 15 seconds. Just everything Star Wars fans want. I mean, come on, what's your problem? Don't you want that? Oh my god, it's the first time a character's been naked in Star Wars series. Who cares? Who fucking cares? You could have fucking titties flashing every 5 seconds, and it's not going to save the goddamn series. It's not. I mean, dudes love titties, but even titties at this point would not be enough to fucking save the series. So, but anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.